This last week at Star Wars Celebration, we learned a lot about the Droid Depot opening up at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge coming to Disney parks this summer, where you'll be able to build your own custom R2 unit or your own BB-8 astromech and their remote control. And that's not even the only thing this shop sells. The Droid Depot is going to be crazy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano, and guys, we're going to dive into everything that we know about this Droid Depot. So this summer, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens up in Disneyland on May 31st, and it opens up later in Disney World in August, I believe the 29th. And there's a lot of stuff. We had Star Wars Celebration last week. And at Star Wars Celebration, they had little booths, little displays showing off everything that's going to be coming. We've already talked about the build your own lightsabers. But even right now at Disney parks, they have a build your own droid option where you can make a little 3.75 inch figure. Pick the arms, you pick the torso, they're little, like, you can do R2s, you can do C-3PO protocol droids. And that's something that exists. They're small, they're little 3.75 inch figures. They're not big. These are larger. These are like remote control, big R2 units and BB-8 units. Let's take a look. This is just kind of a big overview here. It says custom astromech units. You can see all kinds of good stuff, all kinds of accessories. Honestly, it reminds me of like Build-A-Bear. It's like Build-A-Bear but for droids, or like ride makers. Disney used to have, at downtown Disney, California, they used to have ride makers where you would custom build a car and you could make it remote control, or you could not make it remote control, but you'd pick like the chassis, you'd pick what kind of wheels and rims, you'd pick the body. You'd customize your own car, remote control car, and they got expensive. I think I did one for my son. I spent about $30, and I didn't even do the remote control option. That would have been somewhere around 80, I believe, something like that with the options I picked. So, knowing that and what ride makers used to cost, knowing that like a Build-A-Bear, a basic Build-A-Bear is like $30, these remote control droids are going to be up there. We're talking 100. I'll go into it a little bit more, but today in this video, we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff, everything that is Build-A-Droid, not just the Build-A-Droid, but anything in the Droid Depot shop, because they also have clothes, they have other trinkets, they've got some neat stuff. They have 3.75 inch figure toys, so buckle in. It's gonna be a long video. All right, so first off, I guess you notice I got the beautiful artwork. Look at what this Droid Depot is gonna look like. It's gonna be gorgeous. There's gonna be droids everywhere. I see R5D4. Oh my! I even rock a. Where is it? I rock an R5D4 patch. Like, I love droids. But R5D4 is in there. BB-8's in there. It looks like R2D2. And you can see kind of the little station where you'll be building and making your own droid. This looks awesome. All right, let's read the blurb that's currently on Disneyland's website. Droid Depot page. It says, assemble a custom astromech unit. Visit a workshop stocked with stacks of parts, chips, manuals, and other tech items useful for constructing your very own droid. One of the galaxy's most indispensable sidekicks. That's awesome. Pick from the popular BB series or R series unit, then begin designing, building, and activating your droid. It's an exciting interactive experience galactic travelers will never forget. Plus, you'll have the opportunity to purchase pre-made and premium droids. Pre-made droids. So there's already pre-made R2. We'll go into it. Model kits, which is really cool. Accessories, as well as a cool collection of unique upcycled objects crafted from scrap parts. Whether heading to the far corners of wild space or wandering around Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, be sure to bring your personal droid. It's the ultimate travel companion for all your Outer Rim adventures. That sounds amazing! Like, imagine buying a little droid, having him on your back, and he's like it's like having a little R2. Okay, this is going to be awesome. All right, so the first picture, let's take a look at these custom astromech units. These are the R2 units. I like them. They actually look a lot like the Build-A-Droids that they currently have, the ones I was mentioning at the Droid Factory. And it looks like that, but just bigger. Instead of small 3.75 inch figures, these are about this big. These are a good-sized, chunky astromech. And they're the same options. You got the black tops, blue tops, red tops, purples, oranges, the ones that are more like the R5 units. Oh, look at those cores too. And there's accessories. Oh man. Okay, let's see what's in the next one here. Okay, so you can see the cores again, but on the left side, it says custom astromech units. There is a BB-8 core. Notice that black circle. So that's what the inside of BB-8 looks like. And next to it is the remote control, which looks like it does have some pretty good options. Underneath there are a couple of accessories, and we'll get some better pictures of those. Oh, here's a better picture of the core. So that is an interesting looking core. I wonder how that works with the remote control function. It looks like something in that weird little, that rounded part up top might be, I have no idea. This is going to be really interesting. Next up, see, we've got a little closer look at the cores. You can see some of the details at the top of the astromech, the R2 astromech cores. Just all the little bits and pieces. I like that they did that. I like that the panels are not there, because you pick those little panels. You can close them up with whatever color you want and make them look just, it's really going to be your personal droid. All right, next up, there's another look. You can kind of see some of the other helmets down at the, or not the helmets, but the tops of the R2, R5 units. And then look, they've got droid decals. There's accessory panels. Oh, it looks so cool. There's a better picture. There we go. Now we can see all, there are a lot of different tops. Look at, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't even remember how many. There's at least 12. There's at least 12 options of tops alone. And there's looks like 3 or 4, 3 cores. This is, and then there's legs. We haven't even talked about legs yet. All right, over to the other side. There's the top there. There's the accessory. It says R series jet attachments, like R2D2 used. That's really cool. R series blaster attachments. Now, supposedly, and I don't know how this works, but supposedly, and it looks like there's little connectors there, when you use these attachments, the remote control will function with them. Allegedly, that's what I heard. So maybe it's got a light or something, like fiber optics, making the jets turn on or making the blasters look like they fire. I think that's what happens. There's also another one there that says a tool set, so you can have like little tools come out. I don't know that you'd be able to move the tools, because that seems a little more complex and also very expensive. But that is cool that you have the option to put all the R2D2 tools in there. And the last one on the top, there's the R series serving tray that they had stuck to the top of R2D2 in Return of the Jedi when he was on Jabba's sail barge. And it even comes with little like shot glasses, like little cups. That's a really cool touch. In the middle of the picture there, we've got a lot of BB unit tops. Look at that. Oh my goodness. 7 of them? 8 of them. I can math, I swear. But they've got it all. They've got some that look like BB-8, some that look like, who's that, BB-9E, I think was the other one. But they're, oh my, I need one of each. I'm gonna need to make an R2 unit and a BB-8 unit, and all the lightsabers, and all the creatures. This is, goodbye all my money. I hope these videos do well, because I'm gonna need it. At the very bottom, we got the astromech personality chips. Now, in this picture alone, this is really interesting. In this picture alone, there are 5 different chips. See them on the bottom there? Looks like one that's like bluish purple, one that's gray, one that's black, one that's orange, and one that's purple. Now, when they describe these chips, the people doing the demos, they were saying that, you know, you can get one that's first order, and it'll look, you know, like your little R2 unit when you're over on the first order side of the land will like have happy beeps and boops when you're in the first order section. But as you wander through the land and you make your way over towards the resistance side, it's going to have like more nervous beeps and more different sounds. But by default, I think with no memory chip, or the one it comes with to begin with, or a personality chip, it's kind of like R2D2 style beeps and boops if you have the R unit, and it's BB-8 style beeps and boops and voice if you have the BB unit. But I don't know. I was told that there's a first order chip, there's a resistance chip that works the opposite. It's happy at the resistance, it's uneasy when you're in the first order. And then I heard there's a smuggler one. So if you're like a smuggler, the more you're in the middle of the land where all the cantinas and all the shops and stuff are, then you get happy beeps and boops, and who knows what else that means. I don't know how that interacts with stuff that you do with the game that you play in the land, because that's another whole thing. Guys, Galaxy's Edge is going to be the best thing ever. I'm just saying, this is crazy. I don't know what the other personality chips are, but I'm super, super curious now. All right, next up, we get a better look at the leg assemblies for the R units, and a couple of the accessory panels on there. I like that. There's those little curvy round things that are blue and red. You can't see the black ones because they're kind of blocked, but those are accessory panel covers. You see the little middle leg, the little third middle leg thing right there. They're blue, red, and black. Those look really cool. And again, the side legs. So you're going to be able to customize all of this stuff. So you can have like blue legs on a black body with a red top or a clear top. There's a clear top as an option. That's really cool. So here is the back. This is the back of the personality chip. As I was saying, the woman there in the demo, she's pointing her finger at a first order emblem, because the chip in her hand is the first order chip. So again, you have kind of an evil droid at this point. I do love that they have the Industrial Automaton logo, because before Galaxy's Edge, like it's kind of known in the hardcore Star Wars fandom that Industrial Automaton is the company that built R2-D2. That's the brand that R2-D2 is. He's Industrial Automaton brand astromech droids. So it's just neat to see that they have that. And notice at the back of the packages, it's got some interesting stuff. There's some Arabesh on the back. Looks like a weird barcode. I don't understand some of those symbols, but I wonder what happens if you scan them with the app. Who knows? All right, next photo we've got here. Again, here's another overview. You can see the shells a little bit better. All the underneath the personality chips there. See, there's all the different shells of the BB units. So there's red, black, and white looks cool. I like the one that's all like orange, blue. We got purple and white. We've got just black and white in the back. I'd probably just go with black and white. Kind of matches my hair. That's okay. So more of the same cool stuff. Here is, so there's an R5 droid. Looks like R5D4. She's putting the personality chip in there. You can see an orange chip. You can see the silver chip. You can see the blue chip on the table there. And then again, the remote control. There's a black BB unit. Looks like BB9E. There's a red BB unit inside of the backpack. A wearable backpack that you can have zipped open so you can hear your droid as you're walking through the land. Guys, this is nuts. All right, there's another good look at just more of the accessories. Those clear heads, those clear top R2 heads are really, really cool looking. Because then you can see the inside of the core, all the gray stuff. That's awesome. Okay, so here's a picture. There's a red R5 droid. I really like the tops on those R5 droids. There's you can even get just like R5D4. I might end up making an R5D4. There's so many droids I want. But look at that drink tray. That drink tray looks amazing. Oh my goodness. This is so much. This is so much. And a red one. I don't even know if we saw a red personality chip earlier, but there's a red personality chip. There's a closer look at the backpack and some of the personality chips there. But that backpack looks like it's probably a good sized backpack. If you put it on, I mean, it might be a little small. Yeah, you know what? That might be a little bit on the smaller end now that I think about it. It might be like perfect for a kid to wear, but it might be a little small on an adult. But I do notice that the backpack has like a tie at the top, so you can like tie it closed, or you can have it open if you need to put more stuff like your lightsaber blade, etc. But I just love the idea of this zip open backpack. It'd be like having Yoda. Like if you had a little Yoda in your bag, like behind you, booping and beeping, because it's a droid. All right, so next up, this is kind of a teaser for the later part of this video. We're already about 14 minutes in. This is a long video because we're less than halfway through the amount of photos that I have. So, like I said, grab a drink, maybe hit pause. We're going to be here for a while because there's a lot to cover. Now, these droids, I see R5D4, I see a mouse droid, BB9E, DJ Rex, C-3PO, and we're going to get to them in a little bit. All right, so next up, let's start to look at some of the trinkets. Here's just kind of a blurry shot of... it's like a little case they had. It's got pins, patches, keychains, etc. Here's a closer look at the patches. Now, I am a fan of Star Wars patches, as you can tell, if anyone can translate that. Thumbs up to you. But I've got, like, Mortis patches. I go pretty deep with my Star Wars patchdom here. So I'm actually looking forward to this a lot. I'm probably going to get all of them. I'm going to need a whole new jacket because, wow, those Droid Depot, that's a cool patch. The one with the Jawa that says refurbish, sell, and service. Servants? Scavenge. That says scavenge. Refurbish, sell, and scavenge. And of course, instead of like reduce, reuse, recycle, it's the recycle symbol, but with the Jawa. This is genius. Genius. There's the Industrial Automaton logo. There's, oh my, IG-88, C-3PO. Okay, here's a close-up look at some of the keychains. I like those keychains. Little charms with like DJ Rex and BB-8. That droid on the left, that red, orange, and white droid, reminds me of the droid that is on Knights of the Old Republic. Not HK-17, he was the rude one. But there was a smaller little droid that was an R2 unit, or an astromech, that looked very much like that. So that's kind of cool to have a nod to that. Now, is that a restraining bolt on the right side of that picture? That looks kind of like a restraining bolt. I wonder if that's a magnet? Either way, I'm really into that. I like that. And then you can see kind of a closer look at some of the pins towards the bottom there. Pins that match the patches. Pins that are very specific to certain droids. And then also in the shop, they're going to have some other stuff. So here's a journal. This is like, they call it the Droid Depot Repair Manual. And again, it's Industrial Automaton brand, which is really cool. There's so much Arabic that I want to just translate all over this thing. I do like the pen. I like that the pen looks like R2-D2. In fact, if you were to buy this journal and buy the pen, you could have like your own Star Wars autograph book for characters throughout the rest of around Disneyland or Disney World. So that's kind of a cool idea. Let's take a look at some of the pages inside the journal so you know what I'm talking about. So here's one. You can see there's like a schematics kind of like a BB-8 where it's like broken like a diagram. Next we have the same thing but with the R5-D4 style unit. And then we have the same thing with an R2 astromech. So that's pretty cool looking. Next up they have a case that just kind of shows more of the weird trinkets, the statues that are like made from junk and neat stuff. All right, let's take some close-up looks at these things. First off, we've got the C-3PO picture frame photo. That's a cool way to do a photo frame. I don't like that you can't hang it on a wall because it's stuck to this hand. But if you want to set it on a table in your Star Wars room or something, that's pretty sweet. I like though. Even the frame has like it's very Droid. In the back, we can see like a junk cobbled together R2 unit. That's pretty cool. IG-88. I love the look of this IG-88. And look, he has like little wing nuts for his hands. Oh man, this is cool. This is actually, I wonder, I don't know how much something like this is gonna cost. Normally like Disney statues in their stores, they range from like $50 up to like $200 depending on the quality and what went into them. And I can't put a good guess. Like it's hard. Because it's like junk kind of, it's like wing nuts and metal little simple things. I feel like it should be on the cheaper end, like maybe $40, maybe 50, like 75's pushing it maybe for some of this because it's junk. It's like, you know, I don't know. That's my thoughts. That's my guesses. If you guys have guesses, I want to hear them down below. There we go, a BB unit. Another look at the R2. This I'm going to need. I'm going to need this DJ Rex plaque poster. I'm just going to put it in the back of my room here. That's cool. That's just cool looking. Like, I like DJ Rex a lot. In fact, off to the side here, I have two of them. I have two of the old Star Tours DJ Rex. One I'm going to keep in package. The other one, I was actually working on this the other day. It's kind of a funny idea. So I drive a Nissan Rogue with a bunch of Star Wars stickers on it because I'm a Star Wars guy. But I got some Velcro. I have more up there, but I've like cut some pieces of Velcro that I'm going to stick to the bottom. And I want to put him in the front of my car, kind of like the little Hawaiian bobbleheads. He won't bobble, but he'll be like my own personal Star Tours guide in my car. I just thought that'd be a cool idea to have that. I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. I'm going to open it and do a review on that soon. So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. Notification. Do it because you'll get to see some cool stuff. All right, next up, there's some Droidica junk. Looks cool. The statues don't do much for me, but they are really cool looking. All right, next up, more practical use stuff. We see some cups here. I think those are like, they're supposed to look metallic, but they're not mugs because they're taller, and they're not glasses because they're not glass. They're more like ceramic, maybe, metal cups. I don't know. It's hard to tell what those are, but they have cool little emblems on the outside. This looks like good stuff. Oh, look, there's a little plaque of a pit droid. That's kind of cool looking. There's another mug. Here's another mug. I like that. I like the handle on that. Looks really cool. And it's got a lid, so it's good for coffee, so it won't spill on you. I don't know how many cup holders that's going to fit in, but it's still cool looking. Oh, okay, so here are the replica droids. These are like... This is also remote control. You see in this photo that this is a remote control. It's right next to his left leg. You can see the little blue, red, white, and blue remote control. So this is R2-D2. This is a R2-D2 full functioning... I don't know how full, but it's a functioning remote control droid. And there's a lot of buttons on there. And they did this for a lot of the big, like the big name toys. Next up, we have C-3PO, who, from what I've heard, he is somewhat to scale. So if the R2 is about this big, C-3PO is going to be a little bit bigger. He's going to be taller than him. And this C-3PO is really cool because you can take all the pieces off. Like, you can remove his faceplate, and he knows that the faceplate's removed. So when you hit the little circle in his stomach, he's like, oh, oh. You can also remove his arms, switch him around. You can, like, put his legs, rip them off. And he knows that pieces are missing. You can even put his head on backwards. And I don't know if he talks backwards, because I couldn't hear it in any of the videos or footage I saw. But he does react when you put his head on backwards. So that's a really cool function of C-3PO. Again, I'm guessing somewhere between $35 and $50 for these things. Hopefully not more, but again, these are just my guesses based on my prior history buying a bunch of Disney stuff. Next up, there's a remote control BB-8. It says interactive remote control droid. And I believe these have their own... I don't know if they accept the personality chips or not. I know C-3PO does not. But I've heard that if you leave BB-8 and your droid, like your custom droid, or you leave, R2 and C-3PO together, they'll just start talking to each other. They'll just start beeping and booping for minutes until they're like run through their cycle. Another weird thing I didn't mention about C-3PO is there's a feature where if you hold his stomach button down long enough, he'll do the Ewokies telling of the Star Wars story like he did in Return of the Jedi. So that's kind of a neat little thing they did. And I'm sure there's more Easter eggs. All right, next up, we've got DJR3X, DJ Rex. This is the coolest. This is a must-have, I think, for everybody who's a Star Wars fan is going to Galaxy's Edge. Because not only is he remote control, he does move forward and backwards and can rotate. He has his own special remote control. But he's also a Bluetooth speaker. And this little knob, it says try me on there. He has DJ sounds like burr, 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 and like DJ scratches. But he plays music, your music library, from your phone. And he's a speaker, and he's a remote control guy. And he rotates, and this has got to be at least $100. This thing has to be at least $100. At least. But I need it. Oh my god, click on those ads, kids. Click on those ads. Last up, we've got the mouse droid. Now, the mouse droid has two little panels that pop out and can shoot projectiles, but this isn't new. It's a slightly new paint job to the projectiles, and I think to the remote control, but Disney has carried this before, and I believe it retailed around $65, $70, somewhere in that range. So that's why I can kind of guess that the other ones are going to be in that range too, between like 50 and 75, is what I'm thinking for the remote control ones. The custom ones, I don't know. I don't know what those custom ones are going to cost. But it's going to be at least $70. It's got to be at least $70. Next up, oh my goodness, guys. This is the fun part for me, a toy collector. These are the 3.75-inch scale. Same scale as these, the traditional action figure scale. But these are droids specific to the Droid Depot that are like color changing and have a cool little like... It's just a neat feature with little droid factory. Let's look at some close-ups. So first off, it says color-changing droids on both of them, and they're 4-packs. Generally, with 4-packs of the Build-A-Droids that they sell, of like R2 units or BB-8 units, I believe those are $30. $29.99 is what those cost normally. $30 for 4 droids. I imagine these are going to be the same. These are likely going to be $29.99 per set. Now, they change color depending on if you put them in cold water or hot water, which is kind of a neat function. I like how bright the orange droid is and the red R2 unit. And I like that the one on the left, that box on the left, that unit looks like Chopper from Rebels, which honestly, like, I love Rebels. You can probably tell. Let's see here. Next, we've got the Droid Factory. Now, those two little blue basins, one with a lid up, one of them you can use for cold water and one of them you can use for warm water. And that's how your little play set. I think the arm even like picks up the droids or something like that, which is kind of a neat, cool function. That's just a neat play set. I'll probably be picking that up. Maybe not on my first run to Galaxy's Edge, but I'm going to be going a lot. So yeah, I'll get it eventually. Oh, here, we're moving on to shirts. We're getting towards the end here, finally. You guys can like relax a little bit. This is the Droid Depot t-shirt. It's a very basic t-shirt. It's cool. I don't think I'd ever get it. I don't wear light shirts for the most part, but it's cool for what it is. Oh, look, here's a bigger shot of more shirts. There's some kids' shirts, women's shirt. Let's take a look at some close-ups on these. So, again, there's both... Oh, you know what I'm noticing? He's wearing a hat, which is cool. I love hats. But the little girl mannequin is wearing a BB-8, like, boopy topper thingy. I saw someone post that those might interact with the land. They might, again, beep and boop. Lots of boops. That's cool. And, you know, that reminds me. I'm going to show you some images right now that we already went through. If we look at the tops of the BB units that we looked at earlier in the custom builds, notice the purple one on screen right now looks like it has antenna. Like that headband had antenna. That's what reminded me. But right now in this picture, the purple one looks like it has antenna. White antenna. But none of the other rounded ones, like even the BB-8 one, doesn't look like it has antenna. I don't know if that means they flip up. like pop and then flip up. That's a possibility. But when I saw that headband, that definitely reminded me. I noticed that when I first assembled these pictures and put them all together. Now here's a look at another headband. This is an R2-D2 headband, and again, it's supposed to have lights, sounds, and be somewhat interactive. And look, if you look close, there's a 3D R2-D2 puzzle in the background. It's kind of cool. All right, next up, this is I love that the shirt says Power Converter. It is a BB-8 Droid Depot shirt. It says Power Converter, and on the right there, there's a circle like in the armpit. That's a sticker that says "Take a photo" because the shirt is reflective. So it's kind of weird because it ruins the picture, I think. Here's the look. That's it. See, this is the photo with the flash, and I mean, it looks glittery, which is cool, but it just says "Take a flash photo" because it's reflective, and I don't know that it makes for a good photo. What are your thoughts? All right, next up is another reflective shirt. This one's for boys, I guess. It says Industrial Automaton Astromech Droid R2. It's a cool looking shirt. I like it. And then we have the woman's shirt, which is red, and it's got a couple patches on it. It's very simple, not too much. I don't know how. I think it's not enough, honestly. What are your thoughts? Next up, we have another woman's shirt. It just says Droid Depot. Very simple. See, the thing about having a shirt too simple like this at Disney parks is you're going to pay a premium. Anywhere else, that shirt, like at Target or something like that, a shirt with that basic print would be between $13 and $20 tops. That's if it's a really nice quality shirt, $20. It's a plain t-shirt. It's a V-neck shirt. It's not that much. But because it's at Disneyland, you're going to pay the Disney premium. We're talking $35. We're talking at least $30 for this shirt, but probably $35, if not $40, for this basic shirt. And that kind of bugs me a little bit. We do notice there is a man's, like a button-up collared shirt, and it looks okay. Again, it doesn't have enough going on with it. I get that it looks like a mechanic, kind of looks almost like a mechanic shirt, but still classy enough to be worn out in public. So that's kind of a cool idea. I like that they're toying with that, but it's not cool enough for me. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. So guys, this is a lot. This has been so much. We're here, been about 20-30 minutes almost, just in this one shop. There's so much stuff. There's so many shops. There's Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities. You guys want to see a video on that? There's the Creature Shop. Do you guys want to see a video just on the Creature Shop? There's Black Spire Outfitters, just the clothing, like the robes and stuff. Oh my, there's First Order Imports. The Resistance out. There's the food. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. But before we leave, before I end this video, I want to know something from you guys. If you were to build your own custom astromech unit, first off, would you pick a BB unit or would you pick an R unit? Tough call, right? If you had to pick one, which one would you pick? What color, what kind of color, what would you go for as far as the design of it? What color legs, what color body, what color whatever, core, top, you can mix and match. What colors would you go for? And what personality would you pick? That one, leave those in the comments below. I've had a lot of fun talking to you guys about what lightsabers you would make, so I want to know what kind of droid would you make. Leave it down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button if you like this type of video. Let me know. I'm going to be doing more toy reviews, more Star Wars Micro Machines, other good stuff. That's it for now. You know I love you. Until next time, may the Force have with you, and goodbye forever. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. There's a ton of channels here on YouTube, but you chose to watch mine, and I appreciate that. If you want to watch more, click one of the videos on the side. I've got playlists, plenty of new Star Wars stuff, Disney parks, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, all the toys you could think of. You name it, we got it here at the Dano channel. Love ya. Till next time.
May the Force be with you. Good. Bye. Forever.